Hi, I'm Neha from Angel's Miracle, and today we are discussing healing journey of Sarah, who's a fantastic baker from Bangalore. And the objective of this discussion is to create hope and tell the world that healings are possible and miraculous, and healings are instant. So we will talk to Sarah how her healing journey has been with us, with me. I am from Angel's Miracle. And Sarah, tell us about how did you come to me and how was your journey?
Hi Neha. Yeah, first I would like to tell that came across Neha's page through. So I was doing some research on Google regarding sound healing, and then Neha's page popped up. Angel's Miracle, supposedly the best. And yes, I could say now that it was one of the best decisions that I came to you.
Uh,
So already I've taken healings before, but then Neha first time introduced and told me about Theta healing. I didn't have any clue about Theta healing, so I'm just like, okay. And I'm someone who likes trying different modalities of healing, so I'm like, okay, let's take this healing as well. I I I went to Neha. I was very like, when I met her, I was a little skeptical. I wasn't sure, like, because on Google you really don't find much about Theta healing, neither on YouTube. But yeah, so I came to you because I wanted to clear the blockages about marriage.
yeah,
I've always been very scared.
yeah,
And you told me the reason is not like, you can keep wanting to get married, that is super, like, on the exterior level, but
yeah,
on your interior, on the subconscious level, there are a lot of things which I'm blocking. And I think those things which you cleared, I would like to mention this. I had this fear of having a bad mother-in-law, someone who's very dominating, and I was so scared. I think I've always been very scared, but I didn't know that's also a blockage.
yeah.
And then you did the healing, and I could never again think, till date I can never again think that I'll have a bad mother-in-law.
Wow.
That thing has changed through Theta healing, and that's when I started believing in Theta. I'm like, oh wow, this miracle. Because other kinds of healings, like there's Reiki, there's other forms of healing, but those, I don't know, like after taking Theta, I never wanted to go back to those healings, at least for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't talk for others,
yeah.
but yeah, and for me Theta has really. Then I also had the fear of having like, someone, considering today's generation. I've always had, and I would want to give a little bit of a history to people who are viewing this. I've had a failed engagement, and that's why there have been so many fears. So my ex had cheated on me, which I realized after my breakup, and that's when Neha also cleared that not everyone is going to be that way, and it's your thoughts.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what you did Theta again and on that as well, and that also changed for me.
That was,
So yeah,
so you carried that trauma of the failed engagement and you had that so deep in you that I've been cheated once, so again I will be cheated. So
yes,
trauma
yes,
also converted into fear, and that's
fear,
it was blocking you and bogging you down all the time. I remember that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that
And we
was
did call
that
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 we
fear
must
is
fix it.
always there.
Yeah.
And I think ever since I took that healing, that first healing, everything, like, there's so many more things which I cannot right now think about, but this is on the top of my head. And I remember, like, I've never been able to, like, again think any of those negative things.
Wow.
So yeah, that was one thing. And then after that, I had so much trust and belief in Theta that I've taken like around 3-4 sessions, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes, yes.
And every time then I came to you, it was always for a particular reason. Then I came to you for career and money.
Yeah.
And again, this is something which I really want to tell the people who are viewing this. So
Yeah.
I've been working in this company. It's my own. I work in my own office. In the 5 years of me working, there's never, ever been like a bonus or any sort of such things. Out of nowhere, And yeah, this like happened where I was transferred around a particular amount, which I'm not going to mention. And I was first I was just like, is this some mistake by my boss, or is this some like something by mistake it's got transferred? So I called my senior and I asked him that uh, इतने पैसे आए हुए कुछ by mistake कुछ हुआ है? Like, no, it is a bonus, it is a yearly bonus. And I was shocked. I'm just like I've been working here for so many years. This
Yeah.
has never happened, and out of nowhere this happened. And I was so thrilled. I was so thrilled. Like, yeah, it was the best feeling, obviously.
Yeah.
And because I'm a baker, I did have issues with attracting customers, and I was not very confident in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I would really want to tell people, like, I've been having back to back orders.
Wow.
I've learned baking. It's been 4 years, but itne orders kabhi nahi aaye. But
Mm.
after this healing, it's just been back to back, and not any one or two small ones. They have been huge,
Wow.
huge. So yeah, it just every single healing just makes my belief and trust in Theta grow stronger and stronger.
Wow.
And I would even like to mention the time, like, I have severe anxiety. I used to have severe anxiety, actually.
Yeah.
And like, it used to be so like bad that in the mornings when I used to wake up with a lump in my chest.
Oh, okay.
Like, normally, like, people when they sleep and wake up, it's not that, like, they don't have anxiety. Why would they have any anxiety? But I used to have severe anxiety. And like, only negative thoughts. Everything was like, how will I do this? And I used to be an overthinker. Even while baking in the kitchen, I used to get so uh, like, get angry. I used to get angry around people. It all used to be because of my anxiety and fear of, I don't know what, but it used to be like, I cannot explain it how it used to be. But I'm sure people who have anxiety and have gone through will understand. And I approached you one day and I'm like, Neha, please, now you are my you are actually truly an angel. I'm like, please, Neha, help me.
Yeah.
And that day, I think I spoke to you. And by next day, I didn't even feel like, I was like, is this really gone? I couldn't believe it, because sometimes you're so used to feeling a certain way that
Yeah.
that detachment from that feeling is also like, how did this go? Like, is this really happening? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So yeah, my anxiety. I used to have anxiety with detachment with people, relationships. So people who used to be very close to me, like my friends, family, anyone. But I just don't like. I even had. I don't know if you remember, but I remember saying that I used to have attachments with even things.
Yeah.
Like, in a way, you could call it OCD, or I don't know what. But yeah, I used to want everything to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that also, I don't know, it used to give me a kind of anxiety. And now I don't like. I remember this, my mother telling me that, I've never seen you so calm in the kitchen. Like, what's happened to you? She noticed the difference even before I could notice a difference. And I'm like, that's when I'm like, I think I took healing, and this is why I'm so calm. Like, and I realized once I was calm, I could do things more faster.
Yeah. That's so true. Yes.
Because sometimes you think, like, when you're in a hurry and you want to do things, it doesn't happen. But
Yeah.
when you're calm, like, things happen very smoothly. And I'm just like, how when you do healing at that very moment, you don't realize. You
Yeah.
only realize it when, like, जिसके लिए आपने healing लिया हुआ है, and when that thing comes, you're just like, how am I so calm? Why am I not panicking? That's when you realize that, yeah, that is working.
You're missing
So
your bad space. It's like where do you
yeah.
want to go?
Yeah, because we as humans are so attached to
Pain.
being a certain way, our behaviors, that we ourselves are like shocked. Like, how am I not behaving this way? Why am I so calm?
Also, you're not used to miracles. So you're like, how can this happen in one healing?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, how, like, for me, it was always like, ये कैसे हो गया? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and I feel like I want to do so many more healing sessions. I keep telling Neha all the time, "Abhi to ye bhi baki hai, abhi to ye bhi baki hai," and I always want to, like, keep taking more and more sessions as well.
Yeah, healings have no end, I believe, because there's no end to how much you can transform yourself. You are person A, you want to become someone else also is possible, because it's all about your subconscious beliefs, your patterns, and everything is possible to change in theta healing. Even from your
Yes,
to genetics to your belief system, clearing the system. So if you want to become something, you can become a completely changed person also if you wish to.
right, right. Yeah, I mean, it is just always like, you know, one healing gets over, and I'm like already ready for the next. I'm just like, okay, now I want to do this. Now I want to, you always want to grow as a person. You want to become a better version of yourself.
Exactly. And that's a good spirit, I think, a person who is willing to change will also receive healing in a beautiful way. I have seen a difference where people come to me, but they're not ready to change. If you're not ready to
Right.
change, if you're not ready to become positive, or the light will not flow. You might not feel that healing instantly as much a person like you who's like so thrilled to change. I want to shift everything in my life. You do something.
Right.
And that's the fun of healing. That's what I also
In
love.
fact, even this interview, I think, like, before meeting you, if you ever ask me, like, Sarah, would you be ready for interview? I was like, no, because I wasn't even confident enough to face anyone or even talk.
Yeah.
Today, if people knew that Sarah, and today if they're seeing me talking, I really want to tell you that you nobody has an idea of what, like, how I've changed. If only they've seen my journey, because I know I would have never have been able to come and sit and talk like this.
Yeah,
To be able to talk so confidently without any fear is
yeah.
a very drastic change in myself.
Yeah, I remember once I asked you and you said, no, I'm very camera shy. I can't click pictures and all of that you had told me once.
Yeah, yeah.
And see, and do you feel like completely transformed from the version you were and now the version you are?
Completely, matlab, I would say 360-degree.
Wow.
Nobody, like, even my college friends and the people who have known me for so many years are sometimes not able to believe that I'm able to talk. I'm such a confident person. Like, so
Wow.
many people are still like, you were someone, and like, I myself don't know how. I'm telling you, it's very difficult to explain the the transformation, because I used to be an introvert in to such an extent that if I had to go out and talk to someone or meet someone, I used to start sweating. I'm like, shit, why have they called me? I don't want to go. I used to find reasons. And now, there used to be a time when my parents used to push me, like, please go out, meet new people. It
Uh,
gives you perspective and you will open up. But I could never do that. And post healing, now my parents are just like, when are you going to stay at home? You're always out. Like,
wow.
spend some time with us also. Like, every weekend now they're complaining that, can you please stay at home, spend some time with us? And I'm just like, first you just tell me that, like this, like, don't go out. And now you're just always asking me to stop. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so amazing. I mean, I am so grateful for you to share this whole story with us. And and what else? You learned access bars also with me.
Yes, access bars, and it has been such a thrilling journey, because uh, theta is something which you have done, but access bars, again, access bars, as usual, I always keep scrolling on your website as what new has come up, and because I like trying new modalities, as I mentioned earlier. So I saw access bars, and I'm like, okay, this is something new. Let me, like, ask Neha what it is, and let me experience it. I came with a very open mind. Like, I did not have any expectation. I'm just like, karte hai, let's see.
Yeah.
And I came, and like, when I left your space, when I left your area, and I'm just like, abhi to kuch pata nahi chal raha hai. Okay, let's see. And it so happened that, remember, I was telling you regarding, so yeah, before I learned Axis, I actually did a session of Axis, and there's some small change which happened in my thought. I got a clarity, you could say, which I never had.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that, you know what, if only one session, which is like a 30-45 minute session, can do that, if I learn it and if I start doing it every day on myself, what miracles I would see. And that's when I decided like I would want to do access bars. And yeah, I've been doing ever since then. Every single day I practice access bars before sleeping. And
Yeah.
I've done that on my mother, I've done it on my sister-in-law, and they've had such relaxed sleep. In fact, I very recently did it on my friend also. And my friend is like, Itna, I'm feeling so sleepy, I'm feeling so relaxed, I don't know why. And he is someone who doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep on time. He's someone who sleeps at 12. That day by 10, he's like, I want to just sleep. So
Wow.
I feel like access bars, for people who are going through, who are having issues with sleep,
Mm.
and like even just it really relaxes you. It's very relaxing, and
So,
it gives you clarity in a way which I can't really mention, but it only happens when you're aware. I mean, those are so such small instances that even if I mention it for someone, they'll not realize. They'll be like, "इसमें क्या ही है?" But only if they take it, they'll realize that okay, what I'm trying to say.
I'll help you here. So what happens in bars is that when we run the bars, all the blocking emotions, feelings, thoughts clears up. Even the traumas,
Yeah,
that, and but we don't know what is clearing. It will clear up. Why a person always face issues in sleeping is because of these running thoughts, feelings, emotions, which they don't know they are running, and it is running so fast that they can't fall asleep. So then slowly
right.
develop the sleeping disorders. And when you run the bars, they clear up. And when it clears up, a human comes back to his natural state of sleeping on time. Because
Yeah.
you mentioned me when you did it for your sister-in-law, and she said the heavy weight was released from her and she
Yes.
slept well. So the
Yes.
heavy weight is the weight of these thought process, emotions,
and
judgments.
and my sister-in-law is someone who literally doesn't believe. Like every time I come, like even I'm always someone who loves talking about healing and all these things. I'm very passionate,
Mhm.
and she's completely the opposite. So she came, she like, see, I'm not expecting anything, I just want to try because you have learned. I'm like, okay, don't have any expectations. She's just like, I can't believe just a single one session
Uh,
could like make me feel so light.
yeah.
And this is to someone who is a non-believer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so amazing, yeah? Because you don't really need to believe in it for it to work. And actually,
Yes.
very simple. Anyone can learn it and do it. Even kids can do it. So it's
Yeah.
very powerful and simple. So clarity.
I would actually suggest, like, if the kids watching this, please learn access bars. It is also, I think it's free, right? It's
Yeah.
there's no charge. And yeah, I mean, they have
Charge
so
for
much
the kids
stress.
up till 15 years. If they come with their parents, it is free. But the
Yeah, okay. So so I feel like they have so many things regarding their schools. There's so much competition,
yeah.
and yeah, so I think it's very good for kids.
Yeah, and it's so helpful because I think more than adults, kids suffer more because of the competition, because of the pressure from the school, and then this peer pressure and pressure from the society, from their parents. You have to do well, you have to get marks, you have to become first in the class. This is such undue pressure we give to our kids, and they just carry it, and then they become like anxiety, depression,
That
patients
yes,
when they become adults. We don't know what we are sowing as kids. So it really helps a kid to release very fast. And the batch where you were in, and there was a kid who came, he
yes.
started, poor that 12 years old was not able to sleep because of the school pressure. Now he sleeps so well every day.
Wow. It
So
makes me so happy to actually hear this because, yeah, I mean, I wish like I knew about healings and access bars when I was in school. Uh, and yeah, I really wish to like always, like, to pass this message to everyone that, like, take healings. It will change, it will transform your life.
Yeah, that's so true. And I really wish that people don't stay stuck wherever they are, and they
Right.
take healings from me or from anyone, but try looking forward to the light. There is so much of light available. And
I also feel like just one session, they'll see a very big transformation. After that, anyway, they'll have so much, belief that they will keep coming back.
yeah, yeah, and that's the beauty of it, that it doesn't need multiple sessions to do healings. It's not like you need 21 days or 40 days of healing, and all that is not needed. Theta is instant and amazing.
Yes, that is instant.
Yeah, but because it's not so popular in India, so people have their trust, they take time, but people
Mm.
are receptive, they can easily transform their life. They can just shift as you have shifted so beautifully.
Oh, yeah. For me, I feel like if I have to like write every time an instance, it would like I can keep writing and keep talking about how Theta has changed my life. There's so many like here I think I've spoken about a few, but there are just so many on a daily basis. I see things and I'm just like in awe, like wow, like okay, this has happened. I know now why this has happened because I've got that Theta healing.
Yeah. That's so beautiful, and I love your excitement about your about the healings, and that excites me also quite a lot. I need that energy, your happiness, excitement, to keep me on the path to keep doing this for others. So thank you so much, Sarah. Is there anything else you want to share?
Nothing. I just hope, and I really just wish that this interview passes, and a lot more people see this and really, uh, actually, take this healing. Like it would really like help them.
Thank you so much for wishing so well to the world and having your trust in me and the healings. That's really a blessing, I would say. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing.
Thank you so much, Neha, for having me.